Yo, the weight loss professor is back. This is take number 45. Let's see if this one actually gets recorded properly. But I apologize for being naked. I just want to get this out ASAP because this was a crazy story and I don't want to forget about it. But I was training my client early in the morning and it was a push day. We were doing side lateral raises, you know, your normal side lateral raises with your elbow above, right, to get that shoulder. You see that shoulder flexion? That's what we're looking for here, right? She is a plus 200-pound human being. And obviously, being over 200 pounds, she can lift a little bit more weight than the normal female who's, 115 pounds. Okay? Keep that in mind. Side lateral raises plus 200-pound female, about 5'11", tall girl. And she had the 5-pound dumbbells, right? Completely normal weight. She was doing it with good form. She was getting a good contraction in that side delt. It's perfect. Everything was going as planned. And this random girl who I didn't know, who, I'm not going to judge, but didn't look like they were a female bodybuilder, didn't look like they had years of experience in the gym. Maybe she does. I don't know, whatever it may be. That's just the initial intake that I got from, how her body looked. But, and I only say that I don't judge, but because of what is following in the story. So she came up, she said, hey, you are training your client wrong. She's going to get injured doing this. You need to teach her properly how to do the movement with less weights. And just because you have shoulders doesn't mean she has shoulders. So you need to think about her health and make sure that she doesn't get injured doing what you say. I'm like, okay, yep, I got you. Yeah. And she was like, I'm only telling you this because I'm looking out for her health. I'm like, okay, got you. Thank you. So she handed my client the 2.5-pound plates, right, from like a barbell or a Smith machine. We were at Planet Fitness, so it was from the Smith machine rack. She walked all the way across the gym to pick up the 2.5-pound plates, walk all the way back just to give to her, right? My client got the 2.5-pounders. She was doing them. She's like, okay, so once the random girl walked away, she was like, hey, Zach, this is way too late. I need to go heavier. I want to go back to the 5-pounders. And this is the girl who, has a little bit of an ego. She's a grandma. She's, a young grandma. Very, she's a fit woman being 5'11", 200 pounds. Good body. And, she's like, 2.5s are too weak. Like, give me the 5s. Like, I want the 5s. And I was like, okay, I'm going to need you to go put those back so I don't put those back and that random girl get mad at me thinking that I just ran with her opinions and is disrespecting her. So she went to go put back the 2.5s. I gave her back the 5s. She started doing them again, and that girl was probably watching, but I didn't even acknowledge her. I'm not going to see her reaction. That's out of my control. I just got to focus on what I'm doing. But I only share this story because it doesn't matter how much experience you have. One, you don't have to validate yourself to anyone. I could have been like, hey, I'm a fitness coach by trade. I lost 200 pounds in under a year. I have a healthy body. I don't have any injuries, and I lift a ton of weights. Like, who are you to, tell me how to train my client? I didn't do none of that. I just, yes, ma'am. Okay, yeah, I understand. I got you. And then I let my client do what she said, and she wanted to go back to doing the way I told her. You got to let people make their own decisions, and what I also taught that same client, actually today during our pull day, we were doing incline curls, and then the dudes next to us copied us and started doing incline curls too, but they weren't doing strict form. They were moving their entire body. And I was like, you see what they're doing right there? I don't want you to do it like that. I'm teaching you a strict body form for a reason. And what we're not going to do is spew our opinions onto them and tell them how we're doing it and why we're doing it or how they should do it. We're going to let people do whatever they want on their own, and if they ask for help, we will gladly share all the help and knowledge that we have. As long as someone isn't deadlifting and looking like they're going to absolutely paralyze themselves, there's no reason for me to go up to someone and spew all my opinions onto them. I don't know, they might be a professional weightlifter, so they're not asking for opinions. Unless they're close to being paralyzed in whatever exercise or movement they're doing, and they're doing it that injury prone, then you have to let people live. They might be doing it that way specifically because of an injury or something. So don't go out of your way to listen to people or to spew your opinions onto people, and just be cognitive of who you're listening to when it comes to gym advice. If people come up and judge you, don't worry about it, dude. I use machines not the way they're intended. Like, I use like a seated row that's meant for two hands, a single hand, and I lean back with it just to get that full stretch, right? in my lats, or I do shrugs on a calf machine. You know, you get under the weight, and I do shrugs instead of calf raises, right? And everyone judges me like, hey, by the way, sir, you're using that machine wrong. Do you know that? I don't know, dude. Do I look like I know that? Like, I mean, just be cognitive that people are always going to spew their opinions and hatred onto you because they think they're smarter by doing so. So just be cognitive. Don't take all of the hate or opinions that are shoved at you in the wrong way. Keep doing you. Grind with whatever knowledge, expertise you have. And if you are seeking help, then seek it. If not, zone out the noise. Peace out. Good luck on your weight loss journeys. Keep grinding. Love you all. Weight Loss Professor is out.